how are you doing? My name is Cody and welcome to Nikrit. So today's video, I'm actually pretty livid. I'm pretty annoyed about everything that has been going on, and I'll explain in a situation, but there's a big situation that's happening for a lot of yarn content creators, a lot of just straight up content creators, so people that are doing anything on TikTok and just people who are making things and selling them for a living, people who are trying to make things work during quarantine, basically. So this is going to be a bit of a ranty video. I'm going to be going on. I made a list to try to keep myself on track. You know I mean serious business when I make a list. I have an entire written thing. So basically, story time. A few weeks ago, ended up finding a bunch of people on my Facebook groups. I follow a lot of yarn related content on Facebook. That's pretty much the only reason why I'm on there. A lot of people that are content creators, as well as people that are just straight up knitters and crocheters are on there. And a big part of it was a bunch of content creators were warning other content creators. Can I say content creators anymore in a sentence? Basically, they were warning everybody that on TikTok there is a trend of people on there who are trying to encourage and teach people how to scam creators out of their hard-earned and hard-worked stuff. Basically, how to get people on Etsy to send you stuff for free, which is honestly, that's bad enough with somebody who sells digital products like I do. Back in the day, I used to sell physical items, but because of stuff like this, I stopped. I won't sell physical items, but it is awful when you have put in your money, your finances, your shipping, your just everything that you had to do in order to get this thing to sell, and have somebody try to scam you out of that. It is just awful. These are small creators for the most part, and they don't have just expendable money. This is how they are making a living, and it's honestly just scum of the earth kind of crap that you see. It's awful. I know that I am on the very I make patterns for a living, so that is not that's not to put down what I do. I know that my stuff is a lot of passive income and I put the work into it. I'm not saying I don't work hard to make these patterns, but I know that I'm on the lower end of this. This is not, I purposely risk mitigate when it comes to selling stuff on the internet because I know that there are scammers out there. But a lot of people, they don't have the ability to just sell the pattern or sell how to make something. You know what I mean? So a lot of times these people are selling their resin, their clay, their physical products. A lot of people will sell their crochet dolls. Back in the day, I've had Etsy side with the seller who is scamming me one too many times, so I just decided never to do that again. If I sell any products, it is literally to somebody on Facebook Marketplace and they pay half up front or they pay it immediately. I don't play games. I'm not going to create something that just so somebody can back out unless I'm already making a video for it, which then I might, but that's just my risks that I want to take. Generally, I don't like the idea of somebody getting one over on me because they want my art without having to actually pay for it. It's very frustrating, let alone having people on TikTok teaching others how to do that, which to me, it just seems so mind-boggling considering how focused on amazing content TikTok is. You know what I mean? So there's tons of people. I've seen resin art. It is crazy. I've seen some of the stuff that people make on TikTok. The rug art, the resin art. There's such amazing videos on there, and it's just mind-blowing that people are trying to teach others how to scam those artists out of their work. We're still dealing with quarantine and trying to actually make ends meet. I don't understand how you can justify stealing from those people. It's very frustrating. So that's something that I've been seeing on Facebook a lot lately, and I'm like, oh, well, I only sell digital items for that very reason. I won't sell physical items because of that. And then I started thinking, well, what's on my Etsy? I'm trying to do risk mitigation. I'm trying to figure out the best way to minimize how much somebody can screw me over on the internet when it comes to my livelihood. This is what I do for a job. I do YouTube and I do patterns. So then I saw a video done by Chrisette Designs. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, and I'm so sorry. I think it's Chrisette. But she is an amazing content creator. She has a YouTube as well as an Instagram, and she has an Etsy, obviously, because she has a video titled, and I'm going to write it here because it's a really long title, Etsy Digital Listings Hack, How to Force Buyers to Know It Is Not a Physical Item. That is a problem that I've come across on Etsy as well. People will purchase your pattern. In her instance, she sells her cute little lion pattern. He's so cute. I'm going to post it right here for $4.99, I believe. And I sell all of my patterns for $3 exclusively. I know that people aren't always the richest and can't spend a ton of money. Patterns are fairly low, like they don't cost a lot of money for this very reason. I mean, not for that very reason, but generally they don't cost a lot of money. So I charge $3 for any of my patterns, even though I put in hours and hours and hours of work. Chrisette puts hours of work into her products. And so people will think that they're buying, well, you have two instances. One, people will be dumb and insulting, honestly, and think that they're going to purchase the physical item for $4.99. That is so insulting. It is ridiculous, let alone somebody who is thinking that they're going to buy a physical item for $3 or $1.99 or however much somebody's selling it for. Typically patterns go for under $10. And to think that you're going to get a crochet doll shipped to you for under $10 is pretty insulting, unless they're like your grandma and they're doing it to be nice. You're literally paying for the goods, the cost of making that with the yarn that you're using, the cost of the hook, the cost of the polyfill, the cost of the eyes or the paint or the felt or the yarn, for that matter, is going to far exceed that. It is a lot more costly than you think if you're going to just buy those items outright without using coupons, without having all of those things just already at your home, basically. So she posted the video called How to Force Buyers to Know It Is Not a Physical Item, because you can have the first instance where people are really, really ridiculous and think that they're going to buy an item for $4.99. But you can also have the other instance where somebody is knowing that they're purchasing a pattern and that they are trying to scam you out of it by telling Etsy that they were misled and thought that that pattern was a physical item, and that's how they get the PDF for free. Basically forcing the person to send them PDFs for free. Which, when it's such a slow item, it's such a low cost item, that's what's getting me, and it's so frustrating that they'll scam you out of it. And so she has a really good technique where she actually goes into her personalization. There's a thing on here. I'll go into the end of it and I'll explain how I do it with mine as well, and I'll show a little physical thing of me actually doing it with my items. But she basically says in the personalization tab for all of your digital listings, even though you can put it in your name and you can put it in the description and you can put it in the picture itself saying that it is a PDF, put it in your personalization that says enter digital. So have the person be forced to write the word digital if they confirm that it is a digital item and that they know that they are not getting a physical item. It is so smart. I can't get over it. And the fact that that video that she posted, it is such a smart technique, only has a couple hundred views. I can't wrap my brain around it. Everybody go over there. Seriously, she has such great content. She has great tutorials on how to sew together your amigurumi pieces. I actually watched hers back in the day to actually see how other people would do it. And I learned a couple things from her too. So like, thanks Chrisette. She's a great content creator and you should go over and follow her. If you are subscribed to Knit, then you should 100% go over to Chrisette Designs, because she has a lot of similar content to mine and it's such great. She explains things so very well. And so she has an Insta, she has a YouTube, she has an Etsy, obviously, where that cute little lion is. So if you want to, you know, go over there and buy a pattern, go over there and buy a pattern. But seriously, it is such nice content over there. And the way that she forces people to actually acknowledge that this is a digital item, it gives the people who are creating patterns a nice thing that they can show Etsy and say, hey, they acknowledged by writing digital, they read it, they said that they understood that this was a digital item. So they're trying to scam for no reason. So it just gives you an extra little tool in your toolbox to show, hey, this is a digital item. So I have done that to all of my digital listings for everything now, and I'm going to show you right now how I do that.
All right, so now we're over on my Etsy account. I am currently editing my little turtle pattern, and I'm going to go over down. So this is where you add all your photos right here, and then you'll keep going down past the video. I need to add one of those to this one. They do really help with selling your patterns. My listing details, you're going to keep going down, 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 past the inventory and pricing, and then down here, you're going to see personalization. Collect personalized information for this listing. This is useful on a couple different parts. It's useful for just basically if you want to get people to confirm that you have a digital item, and you can do it, and there's all kinds of uses that you can use this for. So basically, I just kind of copied exactly what Chrisette said in her video and wrote enter digital in the box below to indicate that you understand that you are purchasing a digital PDF download and not a finished physical item. Not. So then it'll pop up over here, and you can see over here my amigurumi turtle. That pops up right here, and if you want to add this to cart, you can't add it to cart. Whoa, you can't buy, oh, okay, I can't buy my own item, but it'll pop up that, whoa, you have to put in your personalization or whatever, and so I'd have to write digital, which makes it so that I actually have to write something in order to purchase this pattern, and hopefully they will have read this. And the same thing happens over here when you're looking at Chrisette Designs' little lion. I literally pretty much copied it verbatim, and it works really, really well. I have not had the issue of people messaging me telling me that they're expecting a full-size item since I've started putting this digital item thing on here. So I did all that video about a month ago, and since then I've actually started doing some kits, and I take the same general principle, and let's go over my listings. Yeah, I'm sure I want to leave. And I go over to my little kits right here. I do the same thing for my physical items as well. I find that this is super helpful. And like the turtle amigurumi kit that I just uploaded, let's go down to the personalization past everything. Once it loads, it might take a second. All right, there we go. I add to the personalization. I have read the description. This makes me feel a bit more secure. I have not had an issue with any of my kits that have sold either. So basically, I have read the description, tells them, hey, in my description, I tell you exactly down to the ounce what will be on the inside of these kits. So honestly, I think this can help with physical products as well. I'm so excited about this method. And let's go ahead and go back to past me, basically wrapping everything up.
So basically, I hope that makes sense right there. Everything that I just showed. Go follow Chrisette Designs. Seriously, she's so smart. And honestly, it helped a lot to be able to have that in my repertoire, to give me a little bit more of a sense of ease, honestly, because selling stuff on the internet is not easy by any means. It's easy to just put up a listing, but you're going to come across so many weird situations where people try to scam you out of your hard work that it is ridiculous. If you want to see more things on like how I make patterns and how I do stuff like that, let me know down below if you're interested in stuff like that, because I am thinking I'm going to be posting an entire video on how I make money as a content creator and how I make money using yarn exclusively, and that's my job basically. So if you're interested in seeing an entire line of videos about that, let me know down below. Go follow Chrisette. Seriously, she's so great. And I have all of her links for everything down below. She is awesome. And I want to say again, thank you so much for watching. And please be good to your content creators. If you like stuff like that, give them subscribes, give them likes, follow them on TikTok and on Insta and everywhere, because it seriously helps. And comment everything that you see, because it helps people more than you think. Seriously, it pushes the algorithm, it helps people get pushed out further and advertises them more. So go ahead and hit the like button if you like stuff like this, and follow all of the people that you really like. So that's my rant, that's my ramble. I'm pretty annoyed the fact that this is happening literally the day after I saw that video by Chrisette Designs about how you can do that. I received an email saying, hey, where's my item? So my $3 pattern is now being refunded, which is very frustrating. I know it's not about the $3, it's the fact that the person now has the PDF that I spent hours and hours on, and the fact that they just have it now, and whether or not they use it or not is not the point. It's the fact that I spent on every single one of my patterns, I spend a ton of time. I have a lot of volunteer test knitters and test crocheters who will spend a ton of time crocheting the items that I make, and it is so frustrating to see that all pretty much just discounted and people ignoring the fact that you work really hard on these projects. And I don't know if I want to give a refund or not. I'm pretty frustrated, but I know that if I don't refund, I'm going to get my first negative Etsy review, and I have to really think about that. I don't want that to happen. So I don't know, just from a content creator, it's really frustrating to have that happen. It's not about the $3. It's kind of the principle of the whole thing, and the fact that if enough people did that, it would genuinely screw over a business. I've seen people who make amazing art just not make it anymore because they can't keep up with the fact that there are scammers out there, and it's awful. So that's my ranting video. Just be considerate to people that make art there, and if you can support an artist, please do. Even if it's just liking and subscribing and following their work, that helps a lot. You don't have to necessarily spend money to support the content creators out there, basically. All right, let me know what you guys want to see in the future, and if you want more stuff like this where I talk face to face. And yeah, until next time, guys, hopefully it'll be on better circumstances. Bye. Go follow Chrisette.